I really liked Randy a lot, and the story goes, and maybe you know it, or you know just want to hear it again. And I don't care. But I was in Memphis, and Randy was promoting a territory, a little small territory, somewhere in Missouri. I can't think of the name of the little town. I don't know, but it was like 3 or 4 hours away from Memphis, and Randy had some issues with mainstream wrestling, and no one wanted to use him. You know, he was a hot-tempered guy, had a short fuse, and you know, he was a very intimidating guy. Randy was a tough individual, and nobody wanted to use him in mainstream. So yeah, I guess he was blackballed. And Jarrett called me into he came into my dressing room one night in Memphis. He said, "Look, Poffo, Randy Savage keeps calling me. He wants to come in. He said, but I asked Lawler if, you know, what he felt, you know, what he thought about it, and Lawler won't work with him. And Dundee or whoever, whatever, won't work. And they're all afraid of him. He's going to beat him up. Because Randy had a history of that. I mean, he beat people up, you know. And not outside of the ring, outside of the building, you know, I mean, in the street. He had a history. And he said, would you work with him? I said, absolutely, I'll work with him. I said, I have no problems with Randy Savage. I said, no, I don't even really know him. I said, but I've got no problems. Bring him in. And Jarrett said, are you sure? I said, bring him in. And he did. A couple, 2 or 3 weeks later, and Randy came into my dressing room, and I talked to him. I said, look, Randy, nobody wanted to use you here. They're all scared to death. You're going to beat them up or whatever the case may be. I said, all I want to do is make money, okay? And I'm sure that's why you're here. You want to make money. So all we have to do is be business. So all we have to do, be business, and everything's going to be fine. And he was. And his brother, Lanny, who's a great guy, came in with him, and his father at the time. So they all the three Poffos got back into the wrestling business. So unknowingly, I kind of had his future in the palm of my hand.
Crazy when you think about it. And then even after that, I guess Lawler thought it was okay to work him, I guess, after he worked you.
Well, Randy knew then that, look, this might be my last shot. You know, I've got to make the best of it. So we had great matches, you know, and we were all business, and we got along great. So I never, you know, it was really sad deal, you know, when Randy died so unexpectedly. I really liked him.